Hey, we bringing it today, y'all.
Yeah.
No hold bars.
No hold bars. We live. Come on, we coming in, B. Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning, people.
Yo, what's going on?
No, I don't know what's going on. The video played for a minute and it went out. I'm looking for it. I can't find it, but we live, baby.
All right, check this out. We just gonna get right to the shit, y'all.
We live.
You're gonna hear a lot of cuss words today because we're not holding them up. Y'all see what's been going on in the news. Before I get started, do a little round table, see how everybody doing.
What's going on, people?
That's Arnell Davis. Hello, Arnell. How are you?
Outstanding.
All right, so today we are talking about white privilege. White privilege. So let me get this little disclaimer. I don't feel like I need to give one. If you're a fucked up person, you're a fucked up person. Let me just say that, black or white. Especially if you white and you fucked up, that's on you. Get your shit together because y'all been exposed. Y'all been exposed. I'm talking about the racist people. I'm talking about the white privileged people. I'm talking about the systemic racists. The game is rigged. The gig is up. We already knew this, but everybody didn't. But now we see collectively, as a whole, that white people don't shoot white people.
Right. But
period.
What amazed me is that they had that, man, they had their little the batons and beating them, but they wouldn't use no deadly force.
Oh man, it was horrible, man.
It's like how if that was one black man running up the steps, they would have smashed them. Just think about how many bullet written black men.
You know, the whole thing, man, comes down to I think let's just say this right off the rip. Everybody was pissed off for the same reason, and I'm speaking as black people. And then you got some of the whites that that do care about black lives and Latino lives and stuff like that. There's never going to be a onslaught of slaughter from police departments on white people.
No, well,
forget about it.
Never.
It's not gonna happen. What's your take on that, man?
See, my thing is they run the government. All those people that was running behind and cowering behind the doors are just on the other side of those people that was storming the Capitol.
Yes.
They put those people in power, and there's so much that we don't understand. But the main thing is these people are fighting for their supremacy of the earth.
Yes.
Because like if you ever notice, they never have any real conflicts with places like Germany. They don't have Russia or England because they're all Anglo-Saxon.
Exactly.
And so
let's go in a little deeper. You put the glasses on, shit getting real. Put the glasses on. Put these motherfucking glasses on. So look, all right, so I didn't make this up. I'm going to show y'all this. Yeah, we on some real journalism today. Trump pressured Pence to engineer a coup, then put the VP in danger, so it says. CNN Politics.
That's right.
Right there, boom.
That's
CNN, right. From the CNN website. See that? I ain't got the lie to kick it. Now let me read to you. Several of the violent Trump supporters who were rampaging the U.S. Capitol were heard screaming, "Where's Mike Pence?" said the frightening vice president and his family. This is what Mike Pence said. The people that ramshacked.
Right. They was looking for him.
Where's Mike Pence?
What? Yeah.
Okay, so now, go ahead.
Just imagine, Trump had put him in a situation where he could actually commit political suicide. If he had tried to do that and it was a failed coup, because pretty much they were trying to take over the country.
Yes.
These jokers had said, we're going to take it over and run it our way. Now, black people, I got this one thing to say. We don't have a dog in the fight. We don't know which one is right and which one is wrong.
Man, say that again, man.
Because these mugs, hey, they're two sides of the same coin. Whether you're a Democrat or a Republican,
yep.
What are you going to do for my community?
Check this out. Let me go ahead and finish this part right here. this is the rest of that story from CNN. It said the president and his top aides barely lifted a finger to check in on Pence to make sure he and his family were unharmed.
Because that Joker feel betrayed. He thought this Joker got over 70 million people in this country thinking a certain way and willing to go to the Capitol and storm that motherfucker.
Check this out. So a source says, was he concerned at all that the angry mob that Trump commanded
To go down
to march
the
to the Capitol, march on the Capitol, might injure the vice president of his family? No, he didn't give a shit about him. Yeah. So if he don't give a shit about his so-called
his boy,
his right-hand man,
his boy,
what you think he think about us?
Yeah.
And then we're not even going to talk about, how the police were taking selfies.
Dude. Man, I have never seen where the people, you even had a sitting senator that when he came he's going into the Capitol, he gave these jerks a fist bump and I was like, hey man, wait, I'm like in solidarity. So what do we really have here? So many of them are Trumpites. I'm gonna call like
Trumpsters,
Trumpsters or Trumpites, whatever you want to call them.
Trumponomics. Hey, so check this out. People close to the vice president now believe that he is being set up as a scapegoat. Pence was being set up as a scapegoat to shoulder the blame inside of Trump's world after Pence refused to buckle to the president's demand to engineer a procedural coup that would keep Trump in power.
That's right. That's right.
Man, we can't even rush into Kroger's or Aldi's, man, without forming a line, man.
Listen.
These fools rush the Capitol, United States, climb the wall.
Yeah.
Man. It reminded me of that movie. What is it? World War Z.
Okay.
When it was like the zombies and stuff was climbing up across that wall.
I was thinking more like Planet of the Apes because them motherfuckers were savages, man. It was just really. And we get called savages?
But you got to understand.
They showed me savagery, man.
They've been doing this forever. See,
wow,
you got to understand that the Moors were in control until 1492. And at that same time, that's when when they expelled the Moors from Spain, that's when they started getting global domination.
Yes.
It was Spain that was taking them to the next level. But you got to also understand that if you just kicked the Moors out and then all of a sudden you took the Moors' information and pushed it this way. That's how you got conquest of the world because, the Moors and the gunpowder from the Chinese.
So check this out. Hey, real quick, I want to send shout outs to Sharonda Butler, Renita Coney, Corenzo. What up, though? Danny, what's up, Danny? We see you too working. Get that lunch break. Y'all call in, like, share, post, 248-854-9850. Call in with your rant on how you felt in comparison to what you seen with the Black Lives Matter movement in Minneapolis and in Oregon and was that Portland? Portland, yeah. all the Black Lives Matter movement marches and how those protesters, the peaceful protesters, was getting their ass whooped. But then,
exactly.
And then now you see these domestic terrorists. They call themselves patriots, but they domestic terrorists, man. Let's just say what it is, man. As it is what it is. I'm not making this up. Look up domestic terror. Matter of fact, I might have a definition here. I'm gonna get to it in a minute. So what do you feel on that?
You got so many people that believe what they did was right, and it's because of the privilege is
sad,
so
man.
Different because how is it that when Black Lives Matter came up, you had armed guards, the soldiers already in place, and even in Milwaukee this weekend when they elected when they announced the verdict for that police officer, they had the National Guard on standby here. But why wouldn't you have the National Guard on standby in D.C. period? Not just the Capitol.
Well, I know this ain't the first time the Capitol been
overridden.
Been rushed, man. August 24, 1814 by the British.
Okay.
Burned it down.
Okay. I didn't know that.
So I think that they were trying to recreate that, but they wanted to get the balance. Am I correct?
But I'm not sure. But did y'all witness the Confederate flag being flown in the state capitol?
Man, it's not even just the Confederate flag no more, man. When I see the American flag, I don't know about y'all, man. I feel some kind of way, man.
If we're talking about this country had a great civil war, and we fought over that flag. Now, to me, it's like the South has risen again, bro. And it's like they're everywhere. It's like, okay, you people lost the war. And we still fighting over the statues and stuff like that, renaming we call it the forts and stuff like that. Because a lot of them were named
slave
for slave
owners
owners or
like
people
that,
who fought in the Confederacy. You can't. How you fought for the Confederacy and lost, and then here it is. You're here today, and we arguing that.
Hey, Tamisha, hey, we had a real good conversation before we came on the air. I wish we was on the air. Let me see if we can recreate this. Tamisha, what were you saying prior to us coming on the air? I think. Go ahead.
No. Tell me what is.
We were talking about she on that damn
talk
phone again. She on that damn phone again.
No, because what I like to do because of the people. I'm sorry, is to share my stuff because my mom and my aunties and them, they are not off into technology, but it helps
they got them flip phones?
Get to watching.
Oh, we got a caller.
Yeah.
What's up, caller? What's happening?
Hey guys, how's it going?
Danny,
how you doing?
Hey,
what you got going?
Miss you
too.
Miss you more.
Hey, you get your first check yet?
You know what? They get my what?
Your first check. Send us $5. Cash app is $5 each.
$5 cash app each.
What's going on, sweetie?
Man, nothing. You guys are definitely, these topics are booming and banging. For this first one that you guys got, I'm just wanted. My reaction was, honestly, I'm just sitting here. I'm mad. I'm angry, of course, like the rest of the world. It's like we can't do what they do, of course.
Say that again. Say that again.
We can't do what they do. But I also am kind of concerned, and I want to just let everyone know, yes, it's a travesty. It's a big deal. But I have people who are so nervous right now, who are so scared right now. Don't feed into that spirit. That's not a spirit that God has given us. Don't feed into that spirit where you're scared, where you're paranoid. And I'm seeing a lot of paranoia. Paranoia make you make some really stupid decisions and do some stupid things because you're not thinking properly. So please, this is the time that you get as close to God as you so humanly possibly can get close to Him.
Yeah. So Danny, what are they scared of? What are they telling you? What are they telling you they're scared of?
Oh my goodness, we're not gonna be able to purchase groceries. We're not going to be able to make decisions. You can't carry your gun. You can't do this. You can't do that. Christians, and I say Christians, not church folk, Christians, we prepare for this. Revelation, read it. This is how it is written. For Him to come back, we have to go through something. We're going through something. This is not the end of the story. This is not the end of the story.
See, I'm gonna tell you something.
All I wanted to tell you is this ain't the end.
You're right. You're right.
Get prepared. Do
what you chills all up and down my spine, Danny.
Oh, sweetie, yes. I've been all weekend. I've just been all weekend to family and friends. I've just been telling them, like, look, be prepared for this.
Yeah.
Weeping endures for a day, but joy comes in the morning, and tomorrow might not be that morning. It might be 6 weeks of another morning, but it's gonna come.
And I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna add something to it. I mean, everybody got that one gangster friend.
Yep.
Fire their ass and get you a white boy, man. Get you one white boy, because they about it. When I was watching that, I seen every Lil Jon song, every Master P, about it. Yes. I ain't never scared. I mean, you could put all the hip hop most gangster songs.
Yes.
F the police. Hey, listen, everybody need one white friend.
one good white friend.
You need one white friend.
I got several, but
you
they good,
need
though.
one white friend. Like the one dude, did y'all see the dude that, I guess he was at the protest and facial recognition captured his face, and now he's on the no-fly zone. He's on the no-fly list.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Oh, man, that shit was so funny. Oh, wow. And he was throwing a whole rack because he was at the airport. Man, I can't believe they doing this to me, man. I love everybody, man.
No, you don't.
I'm a terrorist. Yeah, you're a terrorist. You was a terrorist beforehand. Lieutenant colonels, lawmakers.
Yeah.
What about the guy that tasered himself into the heart attack and ended up dying? He tried to sneak the taser inside his pants, and I guess it hit his testicles. And during their rant, and he had a heart attack, and he passed.
Only time that would be worth it if he had an orgasm.
I was thinking the same thing.
It's just funny how the tables turn, though.
But you really don't want to meet your maker, whoever your maker is, in that state. I'm just saying.
God, man.
It's not going to be pretty.
So he
It's just not going to
basically
be pretty.
fried his balls.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't hear about that one.
Yeah.
You know every story related to something with sauces and Tamisha got. So what else you got in sausage news today in regards to the paper?
No, I promise that's the truth. That's one of the guys. That's one of the guys. No, nope, it's one of the guys. I don't have any.
What other stories you got? Because some of the stories are very limited. What else have you heard that happened? See, that's the first time I heard that.
I heard that, and I also heard that it's a black man out here, who is our Superman. He actually was a deterrent for the people, the House of Senate, because they hadn't been secured yet. So what happened is that he distracted them from walking off into where the
one that
people
was
were.
running, the black guy was running from.
Yeah, he
just kept the
actually
doors
led
open.
them a different way.
He led them
So they
it
saying
didn't
like
look
he
like that
need
on
to get
tape.
him
No.
more accolades. But that's exactly what happened. He made them go right when all of the House of the Senate was left. They wasn't secure.
Is that his story?
Well, no, that's
You know what?
Hey, do you buy that shit?
I do security, and
He didn't look like.
it didn't look. I'm going to find me some help. That's what he was running
This is
for
what it
help.
looked like. This would look
But
like.
he actually stopped. He touched the man. He steady telling them to stop or whatsoever. And when
If that was a brother, though, he would have fired on his day.
it was a brother.
No,
that
no, no,
stopped
no.
the
I'm talking
white
about. I'm talking about if that was a black man coming up those stairs, he probably would have shot him in the head.
It was a nigga.
They said he didn't have nothing but a baton.
He had a gun on him.
A
Billy
radio or
Club.
something. I'm on. Listen, I'm on well on this Joker. Listen,
I'm
I'm a grown A man.
What would you
and
have done?
if I tell you to stop, dude,
What would you have done?
Your ass better stop.
What would you have done?
Your ass, you ain't here no more.
Nah, man, you was gonna run like he was, man.
I was gonna run. Okay.
How many guns
All right.
you got on, man?
Right now?
Yeah.
I got 2 on me.
Oh, shit.
Just 2.
Let us see it. No, I'm just playing.
No,
I'm
you
just
don't.
playing.
No, you don't.
No, but for real though. That dude, man,
I like
they should have been
guns.
shooting, man.
Yeah.
And had that been us on the
That would-
White House stairs, of course, this is everybody saying. We would have been. It would have been a massacre, man. We would have been slaughtered right
But
there. But as we know,
they even talk about the fact that
white
some of
people
these,
don't shoot white people.
There you go. And that's the biggest problem right there. We want that same respect.
Black people, we need to
stop
black. Go ahead, man.
killing black people.
Say that
Hey, stop killing black people because hey, we need this.
Yeah.
If
And
we-
put up your ammunition, slowhead.
Yeah, because we
And
don't
get the
know.
motherboard from the churches do security because they do the security and you ain't gonna get in there.
All right, Danny.
What did she say?
She said the
The motherboard
Yeah.
at the church should have been head of security.
Oh God.
Yeah.
They would have did what the Capitol Police did. They was just gonna
Oh,
fan
yeah.
somebody.
Them ladies don't take
Take
no
this
mess.
tissue real quick.
Yeah,
Whip
they
your
don't
ass.
be playing around.
It's like shoot. It's like man.
There'd have been a lot of dudes getting their ears pulled. You know, that's pretty
Exactly.
much it.
Wait a minute. My mother used to thump me.
Hey, so look, where do we go from here as a people? Where do we go from here? From a lady standpoint, we know where we go.
I think
guys.
the same thing we've been preaching and our ancestors been preaching. We need to unite. We need to come together and we need to strategically come up with some type of plan. I know I'm not wasting no ammo. I'm not shooting on New Year's Day or none of that. And I've been gathering and I hope everybody else do the same. I'm talking about when I think about it, mentally it's disturbing and I'm like, okay, I might need a gun for all my neighbors because they old, throw them some, You just got to actually just think about the worst thing that can happen. And I know, Danny, you were saying don't do it, but you have to get in that mind frame, like, okay, work it out, action plans and stuff like that. And I go over it with my baby because he got a hat. It's a safe spot. He know where to go. Don't come out unless I come and get you.
Yeah.
No, I'm not saying don't be prepared. I'm just saying.
No, I'm talking about far as thinking the worst. And
Right.
I know it's messed up because mentally it can be draining and mess with it. It can affect you, but you have to think about it. You have to come up with some type of plan. And I don't think my people want to do that. They need to. People were still out here partying and drinking and hanging and trying to find a club to go to when we was under distress.
Yes.
I'm like, they really don't know what's going on. I had to leave out the house, Danny, because I was in the house for a whole bunch of days. I said, no, we're going to go out the house, go get something to eat just to get some air.
Right. You got to do that.
Yeah. I'm like, because this I'm like, this some serious stuff.
Yeah.
That's right.
And, I think it's gone in a different direction because I'm not gonna lie to you. This is kind of one of my favorite pastimes. I love watching white people fight.
Okay.
whether it's an argument or physical or in war, because contrary to popular belief, we don't get the chance to see that. So when they do it, it's a beautiful thing because they're no different from us, man.
But the thing is, they what we realize, we don't realize this is a planet, this is a country full of immigrants, right? And they got together collectively and took this country. If you ever seen, how they talk about Hispanics, how they group all Hispanic people together, no matter where you're from, the different, so they have collectively come together and united against, to pretty much against us.
Yeah.
And to keep us down, because they really, in the heart of hearts, they know who we are. That they know that we are definitely the pyramid builders.
Yes.
We're descendants from the pyramid builders. So they've taken that energy and they know this is I don't know if y'all are familiar with different ages, what they call ages. We're coming up on the age of Aquarius. Okay. That's going to be more like a discovery. So, we just gotta know what's really in us and how and to activate it.
Yep.
Like with this vaccine they talking about, right?
Oh.
Now this just to chime in on some little crazy stuff, that the guy that from the dentist, no, not dentist, but the pharmacist from Wisconsin last week, a couple of weeks ago, who intentionally destroyed the
500 vials of
the vaccine, right? But when he did that, what happened was it circled back around. So he said that the reason he destroyed the vials because he believes that the vaccine changes people's DNA.
You know what? And I'm gonna tell you something. Somebody sent me a picture yesterday. I wish I could show it. I know it's a joke,
right,
but they said this is the side effect of the vaccine. So it was a guy laying in the bed and he had 3 penises.
It could be a good thing. 3
penises. I think the Mormons are probably going to take that shot because they got multiple wives.
Yeah.
So check this out. Go ahead, Danny. What was you about to say?
I gotta bounce, but I love you guys.
All right, thank you, Danny.
Take care.
Hey, send us that $5 each, Cash App.
Caller. Bye, Danny.
Bye, sweeties.
All right, caller, you can call back now. Sorry about that.
Yeah, sorry about that, y'all. Call in 248-854-9850. 248-854-9850. Quick question. How did y'all feel last year when y'all seen the whole thing with George Floyd and the protesters and the police tasing, tear gassing, arresting peaceful protesters in comparison to what we seen the other day?
Stand by, caller. Hey, caller.
Go ahead, caller.
Good morning.
Lorenzo.
Morning.
Good morning, bro.
You talk about somebody mad as hell.
Come on, man. Let us have it. What you got?
When all that stuff jumped off. Okay. I wrote down a bunch of things here.
Let's hear it.
That's it.
And I can't even go through all of them. First off, let's go this far. We got Derek Evans, a Republican delegate that stormed the damn White House. Wow. Okay. Why the hell are you storming? This is a delegate from West Virginia.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
heard about him.
He was right up in there. He took pictures of himself and everything. Then his grandmother is online Saturday. He's a great young man. To hell he is.
He's an asshole.
Here's one thing. Here's another thing. Whites attacking whites. How they eat their own. Okay. Why do everybody think this only happens in the black neighborhood? You know why? Because we're the only ones that's getting reported on Fox 2.
Yes.
And we're the only ones that's getting reported on Channel 7. Black on black crime in the neighborhoods. Do you know that there are more white on white crimes than anything? Go check out the stats.
Yep.
And when black people, and I don't glorify nothing that we do in our black community that's bad, because I think it's a bunch of bullshit. When somebody gets hurt in the black community, it's because somebody has crossed them.
It's something serious.
It's something serious. You don't have many just off-brand random crime. Now, check out when white people do things. Let's take the Oklahoma City bomb.
Right.
Let's take that. Nobody wants to talk about that. That's one of the most heinous acts on U.S. soil in history. Okay.
1995.
Yes, 1995. Yes. we'll take the coach, that cult leader. I forgot his name. That was down in Texas.
Is it Timothy McVeigh?
No.
Waco.
Waco was it wasn't Timothy McVeigh, but McVeigh was.
But go ahead. We'll figure it out.
Part of the Oklahoma bombing.
Yeah.
Yes, Timothy McVeigh is Oklahoma.
Okay.
The other gentleman, the other gentleman was in Waco. Yeah. Then you have the young black man. I mean, the young white man that went down and killed those 9 black people in the church.
Yes.
And they didn't do a damn thing to them. You know, this is getting a little damn out of hand with me, because when the Black Lives Matter,
Dylan Roof was the one that did the shooting.
When they were out there protesting in DC, we had the house was protected. The National Guard, you couldn't get nothing out of them.
Yes.
Remember how Donald Trump said, what is it? I forgot the motto, protect the blue, or
what's the Patriot? You talking about the Patriot Act?
No, when he was talking about his response to the marches on the Black Lives Matter.
Yeah.
Protect the police.
It was,
why did
when you start marching or start shooting or some shit?
Mm-hmm.
The more they march, the more you shoot.
He sure did. He said when they start shooting, when they start looting, we start shooting. That's what he said. That's what he said.
That's what he said.
Yep.
So go ahead. No, I'm sorry, bro.
No, you're fine. So you said protect the police, but how come the police weren't protected last Wednesday? Why was one of the police officers crushed in the door? Damn.
I'm gonna tell you why, man. Because the police is put here for minorities, man, not for white folks, man. They're just not. Because if you look at white people when they get pulled over, historically when they get pulled over, they're defiant. They won't respond. They pull off because they know that white cop is not going to shoot them. I've seen several videos where turn your background down a little bit.
That's the TV.
Yeah.
Turn your TV off.
I'll cut it off. I want to cut it off.
Yeah.
Turn it off.
You've seen several incidents. Yeah, you've seen several incidents where the cops just let white folks off, man. I see it was a 12-year-old boy. It was at Mount Clemens in Harrison Township that stole a car and rammed the cars of the police and almost ran one of the cops over. This was the county sheriffs, and they didn't shoot him.
He's white.
But what's the little boy down in Ohio? What was his name? Tamir Rice?
Yeah,
they shot and killed him over a toy gun. Right. You see what I'm saying?
It's a difference.
Oh, in case y'all didn't know, we know shit. Yeah. We smart up here. We know shit. We know shit. Yes, we do. We do. Black Walter Concrete and Andy Rooney up in this bud. And the black, what's her name? Walter Wawa, Barbara Wawa.
Paul back Lorenzo.
Barbara Wawa Walters.
Yeah,
that would be Tamisha.
You know, like what I would like to see is us starting to be more better. Well, I know it's kind of weird to say that like that, but to improve our community.
You said it right,
Mo Better, right?
It's a movie.
That's right, with Denzel. But the thing is, we need to start building our own community,
man.
And if it's just one person at a time, opposed to just always wanting to, chime in on somebody else's stuff. If you go down West 6 Mile, if you start to see where it used to be raggedy houses raggedy buildings out there, a couple of years ago, people started reinventing those areas.
Right.
We need to start getting into our own communities.
But no one has the patience. Everybody want us to. I'm gonna tell you this. One of the hardest things in the community that I serve, and I serve a lot of them, people don't have patience to communicate with these young ones. Everybody want to preach to them a message that they can't understand.
That's true.
They not getting it. So that's why it's kind of, I be kind of like, I get tongue tied a lot because I try to watch what I say and I get thrown all off. But I have to keep it real so my people can relate. That's right. It feel like I'm the messenger. Ever since I've been working for Podcastic, I have sat here with some very, very educational people and people of a higher stature and stuff like that. God be the glory. I have never changed. Right. I can't change. This is who I am.
Appreciate who you are.
Yeah, that's and right. I have to get the message to my people the best way I can.
Yes, that's
right. So everybody say in a relationship, what is the number one thing that you have to do?
Communicate.
Okay, that's what us.
That's
the
what we
people
do.
out here too.
Right, but I understand what you're saying.
The lost ones. I'm one of the lost ones.
Well, but and we really don't have a platform in a lot of cases to communicate with them because
you do when you see them.
But you got to understand, some of them are just angry, and even if like being a black father, sometimes being a black father, you got so many obstacles trying to. This hindering you to be able to talk to your own son.
Yeah.
We talking about because they don't. Somebody's done got to them before you got to them, and they poison their brains.
But that don't mean it's too late. That's me. In reference to me and my son, he's 15. I had a bout. Y'all been through the bout with me. You was big ups to Byron. He was calling me, y'all. I'm not even gonna front. He was checking in on me. He told me if you need me, let me know. In other words, he became part of the village.
Yeah.
Okay. What I had to do was I had to step back. Mm-hmm. I had to step back from being his mother because I couldn't understand him. I mean, I wasn't even trying to.
That's right.
Because I was so angry and disgusted of who he's trying to become. Listen, I had to step back and I had to listen to him. I had to really focus in on who he has become.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's not bad. I just had to change my wording. I had to change the way I was coming at him.
Yeah.
But a lot of times it's not really the way you coming at that person. It's on whether or not they're being receptive or not. Because a lot of times they just not receptive to what you're saying. Because I don't know, we all been there.
Yeah.
But we always think that we're smarter than our parents, not knowing that our parents already took this journey.
Yeah, they done been there, done that.
So check this out. So I'm glad. So Black Fatherhood was the actual. That's the next.
That's
platform.
right.
So this is a good transition. So
Right.
I wanna do a couple things before we switch over. Hey, what's up, Uncle James? And then comedian Danny Haha, she said that was David Harish and Wake Up.
Yes, right. Okay.
Yes, and the African American man who I was telling y'all about, Renita said his name was Eugene Goodman.
Eugene.
Yes. The guy that was Okay. Here's my question. Before we get into the Black Fatherhood thing, who was the brother standing there inside the Capitol?
The only one.
The only one that had backwards. You see what they did?
No, it was two. They had one.
Did you see the one though? He had the hat on backwards, and they put a DoorDash bag in his hand. Was like, "Hey, who had this food?"
Right, but hey, Clarenzo, they also stood up and said he was in there looking for a stimulus check.
Right.
Where
my money at?
They said that man was up in there looking like Kane from Power 2. Book of Ghosts. They said Monet was going to take a look at it when she see him.
Hey, so Clemenza, before we switch over to Black Fatherhood, what's the last point that you wanted to add on to this nonsense of white privilege and anything else that you got going?
Man, that whole, when they came in there with them zip ties to take Pelosi and Pence, that just told me everything I need to know about white America and how white America, if they can't get their way, they will make a way.
Yeah.
This is true. Now, I will say this. Now, Pelosi, I like Pelosi. Pelosi had me at, when she was clapping for Donald, and she was being sarcastic, she was doing this shit. Yeah, that's the same as snatching shit out the air. Pelosi she went hood on like, yeah, motherfucker, whatever. But she, go ahead.
But let me ask you this.
Yeah.
In all seriousness, why in the hell would y'all want to go in there and kidnap this man because y'all lost? People, they have to learn to accept defeat, and we have to move on.
They'll never do that.
You going in there kidnapping him is not going to change anything. It's just going to make it worse for them.
But I don't think y'all getting the gravity of this whole thing on how high level this shit really went.
Mm-hmm.
Look, these people.
Oh, I understand.
We said it in the beginning. Trump orchestrated this whole thing, man. Look, these people had enough time to go off and get matching T-shirts and hoodies.
Yeah.
That take at least 7-10 days.
Yeah.
Man, you get your hoodie yet? No, I ain't get my shit yet. But you get on yours.
Right.
I'm gonna get the Viking on mine.
What color did
get
you?
the Running Rebel. I'm gonna get the General Lee on mine. You know what I'm saying? They had
It was strategically planned because they also set up and dressed like the people in the Bart Simpson episode with the Viking stuff. So they planned it.
But see, the thing is,
that shit was freaknik for racist and white people.
I heard that somebody said something about they had never saw a flat booty Levi convention before. It was going. I'm like, Jesus,
Did anybody think about this though?
What?
Remember how long it took for the National Guards to get there?
2 hours.
And hold on, and that's true. And for the police to not do their job, people got to remember this also. Donald Trump is still the standing president.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
There's nothing for him to call over there and say, stand y'all asses back.
Right.
But check this out. Nancy Pelosi called and asked for the National Guard, and then the National Guard said, really, you need to be sending the FBI tactical team over there, and they didn't respond either. Mm-hmm. And then you already know why, because it was organized.
That was self-explanatory.
But so if you got Capitol Police standing at the gate, turning into valet, come right this way. My guess is down the hall and to the right, and if you got to use the bathrooms on the left, we got the mitts over there on the other side, and we got extra bullets back there behind the podium.
Right, in case you run out.
Yeah, in case you run out.
They ushering you in like you in church.
Right.
That shit was like the old school movie theater, man. It's right this way, folks.
And I want to bring this up because a lot of African American men in the community keep saying they know not to come to the city with that shit.
That's bullshit because they was down that Little Caesar arena with the Klan.
They was over on the east side too. Remember this summer they was over on the east side near the old airport.
Y'all ain't do shit.
And they rode over. Yes, they rode over people grasses out there. They was video recording them. They had the flags going and all type of stuff. So quit thinking that
that shit was supposed to turn. That was supposed to turn into Bed Bath and Beyond and grabbed all of those sheets, and it was supposed to be a wet T-shirt party. Yeah, and I ain't talking about with water.
Yeah, and they done came and protest in the city already. So
let me say this. With this whole domestic terrorism thing, we already see what with this group of people about. So one thing that I'm not gonna do, because I really, truly do have some friends that I went to college with that are some good guys. It's like
that's
I'm
right.
sure you got some guys in the military,
right?
Yeah, that you were good with. So understand, we're not lumping y'all in. But if y'all on that bullshit, then fuck you too. All right. So period. So, but if you not, you still got a special place in my heart. If not, you know what I'm saying. So that's how I feel about it.
But
the other part. Let me finish this point real quick. What we need to understand and realize, we're never ever going to get a fair shake from somebody that we're expecting a handout. Create your own. And I'm not trying to be funny, but this is true. When we had a segregated state of mind, we did better as a people. I'm not saying that you don't have to work with other people outside of your race, but you need to be about self-preservation.
That reminds me of
self-preservation. What you said? What's black excellence, right?
Exactly. That reminds me of a quote from Martin Luther King. He said, "I fear I have integrated my people into an integrated burning house.
He did.
Burning integrated house."
That was his last speech. That was his last speech. The next day he was assassinated.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Corenzo.
He said it in Memphis.
It was man. We living in bad times right now.
We're living in bad times, but we need to just realize who we are, though.
I think we're looking at it wrong, man.
So we're not their underling. We are their superiors, and that's just me coming and they know who we are and what we are. They haven't given us the opportunity to show you our greatness, because that's why else would you come bring us here and teach us and program us that we were just slaves? No, we were the pyramid builders, and people need to realize who we are and whose we are.
The game is rigged, man. It's always been rigged, but we all got.
If we step away from them, and like you were saying, and build on our own. Anytime we're away from them, we build and we prosper. Everybody has their thing. Like, if I hustle, but I don't hurt other people.
Right. I will say this, though. Even having a desegregation state of mind, and I'm not saying don't do business with other people outside of your culture, but you do business with people who have a like mind.
Minds, that's right.
Okay, so now listen, if you're trying to build a global corporation, you're going to be a fool to think you only going to go global in the hood. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Even T.D. Jakes said that.
That's right.
He said, if you're only focusing on making money in your culture, you'll never really make no money. So you got to go beyond that. I think the thing that I've learned from watching this, that we really have to be about our business, about our own. Stop comparing ourselves to these people.
That's right.
Because we are not them, they are not us. Most of the demonstration and the rampaging that they're going through, they're doing it because they're losing ground. They're losing gravity. They're concerned. We got a black VP. I'm not trying to be funny.
A black president.
I voted for Biden, but man, his numbers look like they almost up.
Yeah.
We might get 4 years.
I don't think so.
We might get 4 years. I'm gonna give him 4 years. But then after that,
4 years of what?
As a
Biden's
president,
life.
as a president. But then we got Kamala. She got next.
Yeah.
She got next.
She's gonna win.
She's gonna win it. So listen, here's the thing. This is why these people are panicking. They're rushing. That was the whole thing about. It wasn't really about Trump. Let's get in there, take the ballots. Let's do this. Let's run, kidnap. Right. Run, if you look at 2020, everything has been about them getting ahead.
Staying in control.
For the longest, man. See, now I'm mad because I'm, Prop 48. Anybody that was Prop 48, I'm a Prop 48. Shout out to y'all. Those dudes who took the ACT test, didn't score high enough, and didn't go off to the NBA. And didn't go off to the NBA because they couldn't score high. No, see, I was a Prop 48. I was Prop 48. Shout out to all the Prop 48. Hey, that was half the niggas in the D, but they were smarter than I was. They paid the $300, which the white people had other people take their test to go off to school. Here I am practicing integrity. Yeah. I'm not paying nobody to take the test.
You didn't know.
Look, if I took the test, I would be doing this damn podcast right now. I quit.
You probably still would have been.
You know what?
I was playing. But
you a messenger.
But here's the thing, though. But the point that I'm trying to make is we keep playing by the rules that's only fixed for us. It's not for them.
That's right.
So we make our own rules, man.
There you go.
Make our own rules, man.
Making our own rules and having our own communities, we got to also organize defense, too.
Yes.
Because, all this stuff where we sitting up and not being prepared, they've been able to come and march on our streets, and we don't have no recourse.
Yep. Food, defense, finance, distribution.
Okay, and I want to say this, and see, it's about how you train us up. In the black community, we train our kids not to play with guns. I know in my family that, we could not play with guns. The little kids couldn't play with toy guns and none of that bullshit.
Right.
They need to get familiar with them.
Yeah,
that's right.
They need to get familiar with them. They need not to be afraid of them. It shouldn't be a bad thing.
Yeah.
Take our kids to the gun range.
Yes.
I've always taken my kids to the gun range.
They've been doing it, and I don't even know why. Maybe because of the incident with the young man Tariq. I don't want to.
Tamir Rice.
Tamir Rice.
Yeah.
I was about to put it together. I'm sorry.
You're thinking.
That's
Ohio,
the reason why, the African American community don't want the little boys to play with guns and stuff like that.
Well, you know what? It goes beyond that because we don't want our kids to be criminals. But I'm gonna tell you something. Growing up, my father and mother didn't allow me to play with toy guns.
Right.
But my parents had guns in the house.
Right.
So this was gun. The gun training class was in the house. This is my gun.
Don't
touch that. I'm gonna beat your ass.
Yeah.
That was gun class.
Yeah.
But see, for my house, my sons, I got them familiar with the guns at an early age. I would blindfold my sons. I would blindfold them, show them how to rack up a 40 cal. Blindfolded. Mm-hmm. A 12 gauge. So an event that I'm not here, and they know if somebody come in this house while I'm not here, trying to impose harm on this family, this is where the gun is at. You kill them.
Right.
But somebody talking stuff about you, saying, they talking about your Shaqs because you ain't got on Jordans, or they called you a punk.
Don't worry about that.
That's not.
It would be the same ones that standing in front of the liquor store in around 10, 15 more years asking you for a couple of quarters.
But also with me teaching them that, I got to a point where I could come home, I could sit my gun down on the table,
And it
on the
won't get
dinner table. Nobody touch it because the curiosity is gone.
Yeah.
There's no fear, and they know what that tool does.
So I think that's one of the things that we need to do. We have to start training our children up. And I'm not saying put no guns in your kids' hand and just let them go. No, that's not it. But they need to get familiar with
Education.
stuff like that. Yes,
Education,
yes.
statistics.
Yes, and I challenge y'all to grab one of these young kids up and start training them up.
Yes.
I'm talking about teenagers.
Yeah.
Because we all need soldiers. You know,
Yes.
we need them. So I challenge y'all to grab somebody up. Somebody. I'm talking about the bad one that don't fuck with nobody. None of that. I challenge you to grab him up and let him become your best friend or mentor him on some for real stuff.
Hey, speaking of mentor, we're gonna go ahead and slide into this black
Other one?
fatherhood thing. You know, fatherhood don't usually take but about 10 minutes, and if your pullout game is worse than that, these are about 30 seconds.
Less than 10 or less.
Wow.
Speaking of pullout game, it's terrible. I got grandkids on the way.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
Congratulations!
Yeah, I'm
that's
about to be
a good
I'm about to be a
thing.
granddaddy. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
a good
I got a grand. I'm gonna be a granddaddy. Be a
gonna be
granddaddy.
beautiful.
So overnight, I went from being like Idris Elba to Danny Glover. Like, damn, man. I was just getting my swag back, but it's all good.
You don't have to lose your swag because your kids have.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying that's just, they're trying. This shit ain't going nowhere. But here's the thing, though. Young black fathers and old black fathers, because some of y'all out there starting kids at 50. I don't know what the hell y'all thinking about. Put your balls on the shelf. New fathers. We're just going to say that. Listen, man. Understand, if you don't have a plan, if you land and plan, as somebody told me, it comes a cost with that.
That's right.
So if you land and plan, it equals paying. Okay, and that paying means your own place, DTE bills, Blue Cross Blue Shield, groceries, Similac.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what?
gotta
I
be
would never
responsible.
dare be a dope dealer. All you gotta do is sell Similac. You know how much that shit costs? Similac is about the cost of a kilo, man.
Oh wow!
Man, look, I would be the milkman out here selling.
Or sell some hair,
Similac.
some lashes.
Yeah. Similac hair and lashes. And that's
Promise you.
yeah.
But you know,
But I'm just saying, what do you think about that?
But my thing is, it's like with the kids coming up, man. You know, it's like it's just hard to reach your sons. Not all of them are the same. Sometimes,
But it's very hard.
Yeah.
you know, you can talk to them.
I thought I was losing my mind for a moment. But you know what? My village, and I got to set that pride to the side, baby.
Yeah.
Y'all got to set that pride to the side. And that's what got me. But I'm a real, like everybody know, 15 years ago, I gave my life over. I was selling drugs. I was in these streets the whole nine. I was never a whore. I was a hustler. So I still have a hustler mentality.
You got that grind. in
Yes.
you. That's
But
a beautiful
it's,
thing.
15 years ago, I let it go.
yeah.
Yeah.
For my son, and I became a better me. And then for the whole change for him to be combative with me and tell me, I'm not the best mom and this, that, and the other. And boy, after all this and that,
You know,
I had to go to the village though.
He's lashing out because he don't know.
Yeah.
Because these people that we're giving so much credit and intelligence to that we know they're
Like
smarter.
fucking Santa
Right,
Claus.
right.
I'm sorry. Bull crap.
Check this out. Go ahead.
It's like we giving our children so much thinking. We think they know better, but they really don't because they're children. See, the police have taken us and binded us because remember there was a time when we were coming up, we got our ass beat.
Yes.
Yes.
That way,
all the time.
we talk about that communication.
Yeah.
Taught us to listen and look at our.
It wasn't no
parents with
OCD
reverence.
and stuff like that back then.
We looked at our parents with reverence.
Heck
you know?
yeah.
Yeah.
So let me say this. Since we're talking about drawing a line down the middle, black folks, I'm guilty of this. Stop trying to raise your kids like white folks. Okay?
There you go.
Stop. Big mistake that I made. And I wouldn't even say it's a mistake, and I can't apologize. I exposed my sons to a lot of good things.
You're supposed to.
You're supposed to. But what happens is what you're exposing your kids to, they assimilate that with being white.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So if you put them in a better school, that's a diverse school with whites, Italians, Arabs, Jews, and blacks.
I'm guilty of
They
that.
don't identify with the blacks. They identify with the minorities. And one of the things that I always did with my oldest son, hey man, you black. You black. You have to keep reminded.
But see, and my point, I don't think there's a black thing like that, right? You know, you don't have to. As long as you think and know that where you come from.
Yeah, but that's the same thing. That's what I'm saying. You know, I'm reminding him of his culture, because what happens is sometimes you can take any culture of kid and take him out of his culture. You can take a white, but I'll give you a prime example. The white fathers would come from far out, like from South Lyon and AU, and put their white kids in an all-black basketball camp because he wanted his son to
train up,
to get that soul, to get that rhythm, so when he go back to South Lyon, he'll be a beast. So I did the same thing. I took my sons
cultural appropriation.
Yeah. So I would take my sons out to where the white boys play football. So now once you dominate the white boys in football, you're going to kill the hood because the white boys are fundamentally sound. The brothers is talented.
Right.
And I've seen fundamentally sound be talented all day long. And the point that I'm trying to make is we need to focus as fathers, as parents, but more so as black fathers, on making sure your kids have the fundamentals and enhance their talents.
Yes.
A lot of times, though, I hate to say it, they're influenced by their peer group. They're influenced by social networks. Yeah. That's why we can't reach them. But until they go through something like, you know, with your son, his situation, breaking his leg, or like,
and it'll happen quick. And I just want to say this. But one thing about it is, me coming up, I got my ass beat a lot. I don't care. You can talk to them till they blue in the face. And trust me and believe, at that moment, they might not seem like they listening. Yeah. They end up becoming discreet. And they'll think about certain things that they do before they do it. Period. This new generation, they just doing shit, not thinking about it until they hat come down and then you fucked. That's the difference. So yes, you can keep talking to them. Because I still remember some of the things my granny used to tell me and stuff like that. I still react to certain things. Like, for instance, if I see something on any floor, I have an automatic habit of picking it up.
Right.
I got to pick it up.
Why walk past it?
I done got beaten my back for that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So keep talking to them till they blue in the face. I don't give a damn.
Let me say this too. So we're gonna fast track now to when they get as black fathers and their kids, you know, whether you got daughters or sons. Young folks, 18 means you're an adult. You're not grown if you're still in your parents' house.
Say it again.
You're not grown until you're paying your own mortgage, your own rent. You grown when you paying DTE because they gangster, okay? And you grown when you paying car insurance and you under the age of 25 in your own name.
That's right.
No, you get the grown starter kit if you giving your parents money, you know, to pay on insurance, you and your parents' insurance. But when you got everything in your name and you got that funky ass 550 credit score, you got my respect. Because you laid on everything.
Right.
That's when you grown. We can have a conversation, man.
Right. You done been through some
You done been through something. You got some life on you. So if you got a father or a mother or a father figure, more so the young black man and young black man, if you got a father or father figure, a grandfather, uncle, big brother that's been through it, lean on those men for understanding.
Yes.
Because y'all don't know shit.
Right.
Y'all don't know shit.
And then I'm gonna tell y'all this: the exterior of these young men is way more hardcore than the inside, and they looking for people. I promise you. What up, nephew? It takes just that much. What up, nephew? What's going on? And then they get to talking, and don't ask nobody how they doing if you're not ready to listen.
Yes, Clemenza, what you got, man?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hey, I'm just sitting here digesting everything that y'all are saying, man. I've really been saying this for a while now.
Yeah.
People don't want to listen. I tell people people tend to say, well, this generation is gone. We can't reach these young men. No, your voice may not be able to reach them, but it is another voice that can reach them. It's all about delivery.
Yes.
It's all about how you step to these young men.
And we have to soften the blow with them, man. They soft, man.
They are very, that's what I'm saying. They look like they rough.
Yeah.
But some of them you have to be hard with, but then some of them you do have to be very delicate with them.
Yeah.
So, I mean, man, we got to stop making excuses and why we can't help these young black brothers. We really do. I'm sorry. and people gonna get mad at me.
Yeah.
But damn it, we have to do a better job of our young black men, and we got to stop talking about it, and we got to start being about
But here's the thing, though. The kids got to be receptive to it too, man. Because I'm gonna tell you something. Everybody gets tired. Everybody gets tired. Yeah. And if you're a difficult teenager, and then you grow up to be a difficult young lady and a difficult man, and your parents have been telling you the same crap for all these years, it's not the parent, it's you.
That's right.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm sorry. You the fuck up. Yes, I said
Bob,
your mama, your daddy, your grandma, especially your grandma. Your grandma will call you a fuck up, but she got to go to Bible school on Wednesday, and she gonna read her Bible Thursday through Saturday. But Sunday, I'm telling you, somewhere in between there, she want to call you a fuck up. So
she already done told.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I mean, so the parents got to do their job. The kids got to be receptive at some point, and you ain't got to wait till it's like the bottom done completely fell out. Stop looking at parents as we're the savior to save you every time thing goes bad.
You know what? I think what we really need to do is pretty much wane them from the tip.
Yeah.
And you know, you can be there to support them, but you know, it's like let them go, and so they can flap their wings and fly.
Yeah.
You know, if you fail, I'm here for you to come back and regroup. That's what everybody did this year, this COVID year.
Yeah.
Everybody came back and regroup. And so don't come and say, use me as a crutch.
And one more thing. Far as the men in the community with the young men, y'all quit taking away their manhood. Y'all devalue them. Y'all sit up and y'all try to hoe them in front of people and try to treat them like little kids when they trying to grow. That kind of mess with them mentally too. Yeah. Don't do that.
You talking about the men?
Yes, the older men and how you little
women
sissy
too.
ass, excuse me, and all of that. I don't like that little dirty ass of trying to go off. What are those talking about their shoes and shit like that? If you cannot help them, do not hinder them.
But you gotta understand, you got people on different levels. You know, see those people they're not somebody who you really want to nurture somebody anyway. And they got
I
attitude.
get that, but it's a lot of them.
Don't injure them anymore further.
It's a lot of them.
That's
if you ain't got nothing nice to say to these young men, just leave them alone.
Okay, and also too, I want to add on to that. Women, stop saying you just like your punk ass dad. You ain't shit like your dad.
Get out your feelings. Get out your feelings. Yeah, get out your feelings.
Just because it didn't work out with your man, your husband,
that don't got
whatever.
nothing to do with them kids.
Stop damaging that kid. Stop speaking ill about that young man.
Yes.
Even when he grown, you still doing damage. A young man might not remember what you said to him, but he'll always remember how you made him feel.
Yes.
Hey, look, that's it for me. Y'all like and share, post it. Check out all my books on Amazon.com/author/Byron Williams. See y'all next week. Peace.
No doubt.
Love y'all.
Deuces.
Bye, Lorenzo.
Out. See y'all later.